try to get on the road or to build a modality to have a capacity conversation. You get this kind of information. When you're not moving in that direction, you get negative information. And it happens to our community all the time. I'll just give you 2 examples, and then I'm going to step out the way. Well, I'm going to finish up with this tax lien deal, and I'm going to step out the way and Mr. Robertson will talk to y'all for a second. Okay. Michael Jackson Family Trust. Michael Jackson's estate, when he died, the white man told you it was negative $550 million. That was the story that was on the news cycle. How do I know? I collect this information. When Michael Jackson's estate was valued, inside the catalog was ownership of the Beatles catalog. Okay? He died owning Sony. Yes. But the white people that own the media, some of the rest owns Viacom, the media newsreel story that went out was that Michael's broke, negative $550 million. They need to sell the estate. This dude had the Beatles catalog, the #1 music catalog of all music time, everything. He had full control of it. Okay? Y'all hear where I'm going? When the people valued the estate came back at like in the billions, like 5, 6, maybe $8 billion. Does anybody know how much the Michael Jackson Family Trust sold the estate for? $750 million. My man, people are thinking in here. $750 million. Now, I don't need to do any more research on this case, but to know that's some Negro mess. Second example that I want to teach you on failed opportunities at Black wealth building and preservation. Prince Rogers Nelson. Yes. Prince was one of the most astute businessmen I've ever seen in music history. He owned everything. He owned the land, he owned the building, he owned the structure. He owned the vault that he put his music in, of which there's over 2,500 unrecorded, unfinished music. 2,500 unreleased. It's enough music for the next like 20, 30, maybe even 100 years. This dude was battling, what was it called? Rick? Warner Brothers, thank you. For years. It was a 30-year battle. And approximately 7 months ago, he grabbed control of his entire music catalog. And masters. They were transported back to Paisley Park, and they were placed in the vault. That's what was in the vault. Does anybody know what the first order of business was? From the signed judge's orders.
To get into that vault?
Was to get into the vault. And we walking around here talking about, oh, they found pills on him, and he had an addiction. This is the misinformation that we're being given. Ain't nobody interviewing the vegan chef that cooked for him for the past 6 years, and the person that was with him intimately and could vouch for his clean lifestyle. Ain't nobody talking about that. We talking about these pills that was found on print. Why am I going this deep with y'all? Because these are 2 instances in our community where tremendous wealth was built. And both of these black men were terminated. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then labeled, oh, they had an addiction. Propofol. This pill, that pill. I'm not going to get into some conspiracy theories. I'm going to deal with the facts. The facts remain that 2 of the biggest wealth opportunities were lost in an instant because of poor planning. Did Prince have a will? He probably did have a will. I believe he had a will. The will's probably at his girlfriend's house in Canada somewhere. But he didn't file it. That's the fact. It ain't filed. Nobody's probate in the United States. My team already looked for it. It ain't there. All right? So if he had it, somebody knew where it was, they went and got it before all this stuff went down, and now it's the issue. What happened on the Michael Jackson Family Trust? He had 2 white attorneys advising his old mom. She's tired. She's like, yo, forget it. Give me $750. I can pay my bills, and that's that. No black people have no control over the 2 biggest black music gurus, moguls, whatever the hell you want to call them, ever. It's gone. It ain't never coming back. What am I getting to? What am I putting my finger on? I'm putting my finger on, we have the propensity to build all these large REITs, these large trusts, these great musicology programs, and guess what? We can't hold on to nothing. We can't own nothing, we can't hold nothing, we can't manage nothing. That's our issue. So we gotta have training, we gotta have classes, we gotta have things like this that get you to think about not only how can I get the money, this conference is all week talking about how you can get the money. We need to talk about how we can control, build, manage, and maintain the legacy for the future. And that's what Black economics is about. It's not about anything else. This is solely an exercise for us to build capacity so that we can move to the next step, which is ensure a legacy for growth, period. Now, to the matter of these tax liens, which is why we're here. We are having a couple of conversations this week. I told you about training, which is going to be on Sunday, and training will deal specifically with these instruments. I've been able to build a pretty decent life for myself and for my family. Let's take Empowerment Radio Network out of the equation, because as Mr. Roberts said, David, when you look at the books, what is it doing? I'm bleeding, losing my shirt, sell a business, okay? If we were to take Empowerment Radio Network off the table, and I was just to focus on my speaking career, and just to focus on my real estate career, and my training, 3 streams of income, I would be straight. I really don't have to do anything else in my life, which is manage a $5 million portfolio, get $5,000 for speaking at YSU, Youngstown State University, of which I'd love to come back to, sir. Thank you very much. And just speak and spread this message of empowerment, okay? But when we get into businesses and we get into running businesses and all this other stuff, we talk about debt loads and managing debt. It's a whole different conversation. So what I'm getting to is what is the motivation, okay? The motivation here is not money. Like if you do your homework, my first time making $1 million was 2006. I'm not out here trying to make money. I'm out here because I'm sick and tired of talking to Negroes that don't have the capacity to have next level conversation with people we bring into the room. So the premise then becomes, we gotta all start doing things differently to build the capacity so we can have next level conversation. That's the takeaway. So where do we start? Tax lien certificates. We talked to you about the training. We're gonna have a part 2 on Saturday, which we talk about something called super tax lien certificates. Let's get into this. In this space that we started a while ago, almost 10 years ago, we thought that it was just tax lien certificates. This is the new information that you get after 12 months of running into this rabbit hole and you find out, oh my God, this is deeper than what I thought. So we just call this tax lien certificate, all right? What is this? This is the instrument that we invest in, all right? And you buy the real estate